On this episode of Three Tool Players, we discuss why Brad Paisley should be banned from singing the national anthem as we dive into Game 3 of the World Series between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. Also, we attempt to put Shohei Ohtani's accomplishments into context by detailing some of the best career postseason performances in MLB history. All this and more on this episode of Three Tool Players. Welcome to Three Tool Players. I'm Chris Spear, and alongside me, as always, are the Hammer brothers, Brian and Dan Hammer. Say hello to the internet's fellas.
Hello to those internet's fellas.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Brad Paisley did it again.
Oh my God.
Damn right he did.
This is now the second time that Brad Paisley has delivered the national anthem for Game 3 of a Dodgers World Series game, and it went to 18 innings.
He's going to have to be like given the good old boot. I mean, I feel like there's something going on with Brad Paisley and his siren-like voice. It's basically putting like all the players into like a lull of like, I got to play over 9 innings. It's just there's something in my brain subliminally that this game has to go into extra innings.
Well,
Must
can we also
kill the queen. Must kill the queen.
I must kill the queen.
Can we look at the real winners here right now? And it's not just LA winning. It's their vendors. It's their concessions. They're having a grand old time. For those that are sticking around for 18 innings, I mean, I'm sure they stopped serving beer around the 8th inning. When do they, like, is it around the 15th inning where they just say, you know what, man, let's put the taps back on just for a little bit.
You know? Right, yeah.
Like,
just let it ride.
Yeah, it's a long game. It's the World Series. Who's gonna notice? Yeah, beers, let them flow.
I mean, the folks that lasted this long deserve a beer. I mean, my goodness.
Several cervezas, sir.
My goodness. But it was a fantastic game. I mean, all kidding aside, it was another classic 18 innings of Blue Jays Dodgers. Game 3 of the World Series goes right into the record books. Unbelievable game. If you stayed up to watch the whole thing, you were treated to an unbelievable duel between two teams who would just not give up. I mean, there were close plays, catching runners trying to take extra bases, home runs, counter punches, unsung heroes coming to pitch 4 scoreless innings to win the game for the Dodgers. An unbelievable Game 3. What do you guys think?
73 pitches. That's what was thrown in the course of those last 4 innings from LA. I mean, you talk about unsung hero. That there's nobody finer to step up for that than Mr. Klein. Rightfully gets the W. He only gives up 1 hit over those 4 innings against one of the most, if not the most potent offense in the American League. Tip of the cap to that gentleman. He absolutely got the job done.
The Dodgers, after this game, you can just sense that everything is going to be going their way.
You still think it's going to be Dodgers in 5? Because I know that's what you and I initially said, but I know Spears said this was going to go the distance, and maybe it kind of looked like that after the first game, but who knows the way these games are swinging. I mean, it's not like they're blowouts, man.
Alejandro Kirk has been on fire. 4th inning, the Dodgers were up 2-0. Edman makes a bad error and sets the table for Kirk to go yard. He crushed a 3-run home run, and it felt like at that moment that the Blue Jays had turned the tables.
Yep.
Vladdy Guerrero was a menace. He was hitting. He was scoring runs. He sprinted all the way home from first base on a ricochet off the right field wall to put Toronto up 5-4.
How about that slide at the end? How about that slide at home plate where he avoided the tag?
The tap.
Little taparoo.
The hand tap. Absolutely.
This was a game that really looked like it was going the Blue Jays' way until Ohtani comes up in the bottom of the 7th inning and deposits a home run, Oppo, to tie the game at 5-5. This is on top of the double and the home run that he hit previously. Mm-hmm. It got to the point where Schneider was like, we're not pitching to him.
No,
ever again.
Well, it's not only he hit 2 doubles and 2 home runs. And Nick said, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to walk him every time. Four, just put him on. Forget it.
He was on base 9 times last night.
9 times.
9 times, Mrs. Bueller. Understand? Now, you got to think about that for a second. I mean, this is historic. I mean, you talk about ultimate royalty, and you know what? Even Dave Roberts says, yep, I get it. I understand. You don't want this guy to beat you anytime, anywhere, etc. And good thing for us, we've got Betts, we've got Freeman, We have a lot of tools ready to go afterwards. And he's right. He's absolutely right. You pick your poison. There's, a few other booby traps waiting for you after him.
But can you imagine in the bottom of the ninth inning, you walk Ohtani to get to Betts?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that insane?
You know what I mean? That's insane.
Yeah.
You walk Ohtani to get to Betts in the bottom of the ninth. The game is on the line, and you're like, you know what? Fine, we'll take our chances with another superstar. Forget him. We're just putting him on.
Let's go after this former MVP. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Who knows, right? Better than going up against this like cyborg from the future / hybrid alien. Let's be honest. Somebody actually said, I saw this in the papers. Someone said that this guy, I think it was Freeman that said it. He said that this guy is not a once in a lifetime or once in a generational. This guy's like a once in a 10 generational type player. And
that's right.
He's not far from saying that. He is not far off at all.
No. And it got to the point where Schneider walked Ohtani and Betts to load the bases to get to Freeman in the 13th.
Yeah.
I don't understand that kind of managing.
Boggles the brain. It boggles the brain. Like, you know what? Betts looks like he's like teething. Let's go to Freeman. And I mean, Freeman gave it a ride a couple times through those extra innings too. He almost walked it off earlier on, and he had like warning track power. But can we just talk about, like, it's Halloween in a couple days? I mean, it's scary. LA is scary, but how about Mr. Freeman for just a second? Let's talk about Froderick von Freeman here. I know that I said that he was a fringe Hall of Famer earlier in this podcast season. I'm going to revoke that statement.
Oh, you're changing
it
too. Look at this.
Here now.
Wow.
Mr. Freeman, you've heard it first here on the Three Tool Players. Brian Hammer is simply saying that Freddie Krueger Freeman, Froderick von Frankenstein.
Oh, get
Freeman.
on with it.
Shut up.
This guy here, he's just an absolute prom king, like perennial. This guy's getting it done. He's popular. He loves the spotlight. Good God. I mean, you beat up on us poor Yankees last year, and now you're coming out and kicking around a few Canadians. Like, this guy just loves to mash. So there, I said it. He's no longer fringe. He's there. He's cemented himself into the lore of postseason.
Hey, Spirit, does Brian have like a bromance right now, a brewing?
I don't feel it's like it. Feels a little bit like it.
Dan, I'm starting to feel what it's like, when you and your betrothed over there in Philadelphia. What's that guy's name again? I forgot. Nah, it ain't Schwarber. There's somebody else that you like.
If you want to dial it back a little bit, you could say Chase Utley.
That's who I was thinking about.
Oh,
I was thinking about
played the game
Utley.
right.
That's right.
Dude played hard.
Yeah, spike people, had no reverence for any other baseball player on the diamonds.
Yeah. Tell the fans during the home run derby to go F themselves. Yeah, he's class personified.
Boo.
Yeah,
F you.
Played the game right. Played the game right. We're going to agree to disagree on that one. I'll tell you what we can agree on, and that is this World Series has been better than I think we anticipated. Toronto comes out of the box and just absolutely obliterates Dodgers pitching. Okay, we see you, all of your big bats, and we raise you Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Fine. We're just going to shut you down for 9 innings. And the guy was straight dealing, just absolutely straight dealing right up until the 9th inning.
I felt the same way about it too. I'm eating my words from last week saying this is just going to be a vanilla World Series. But my God, this World Series has not disappointed yet.
But I think you got in games 1 and 2 was basically a microcosm of what these two teams were each good at.
Yep.
Right. Toronto could mash the ball and hit it to any corner of the ballpark. Dodgers pitching looked electric. Yamamoto looked electric in game 2. And then in this game, you got a little bit of everything. Glasnow looked good early, then got knocked around. Scherzer was pretty pumped. Scherzer was topping 94, 95 on the gun. Yeah, that's a 41-year-old man. I can't get out of bed in the morning without pain. This guy's throwing 95 miles an hour.
Well, Spear, I think he's got a better trainer and better dietitian than you have getting up in the morning.
It's probable.
I'm just going to throw that out there, but
Scherzer pitched well. You got good pitching from Eric Lauer, who pitched 4 2/3 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. It was the most outs recorded by any Blue Jays pitcher that night to stabilize the game after Scherzer came out of it. Somebody had to lose that game, and somebody had to give up the big home run to Freeman. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you look at the fact that Lauer went 4 2/3, right? And he just held everybody down. He did it with 68 pitches. And then you flip over to the Dodgers side, and that's we were talking about Klein earlier. He threw 72 pitches over 4 innings and only gave up a hit and only walked a couple. I mean, it was a mini pitcher's duel between the two of them.
Well,
It's exciting.
if you think about it, I mean, like you take a look at all the pitchers that pitched. I mean, like taking a look at all of them, there was 19 pitchers, and I wish that I had at least five of them on the Phillies staff after what we saw in the NLDS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how about Clayton Kershaw coming out
Ugh.
in the 12th inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs?
Yeah.
Kershaw
Yep.
comes out and gets that last out. I mean,
Yep.
if that's the last inning he pitches as a Dodger, my goodness.
Wow.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
history. That's the capstone on all of it for his
Swan
career.
song
So
right there.
good for
Yeah.
him. That's what I
Yeah.
say. Someone's going to play him in a biopic in like 40 years from now, and we're all going to be sitting there as old 80-year-old men with tears in our eyes saying,
Yep.
remember that.
Yep. I got Dusty in here real quick.
Give me my Depends.
So I know you guys think that the momentum is all in the Dodgers' favor, but there was a lot of good from the Blue Jays throughout this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Both bullpens are going to be taxed.
Yeah.
Otani's got to come out tonight and he's got to go deep. And this guy was, like we said, this guy was running the bases.
18 innings.
18 innings. He was on the base. He was on the base paths 9 times. I mean, the guy had a full day's work and then some. And now he's got to come out and he's got to pitch deep because that bullpen is taxed.
Listen, you don't have to worry about Ohtani because we all don't know this behind the scenes, but he has some sort of like echo chamber, like suspended animation
That's right.
device where he basically slept for a week and then he just came back. He's got a little Doc Brown action, a little flux capacitor, whatever he's got. He's got crazy technology. So he's going to come back and, hey guys, ready to pitch. And that's what's going to happen tonight.
Nah, he has a Luke
Right.
Skywalker back to tank. That's what Ohtani has. All he did is he just went into his back to tank after the game last night, and he's like, he woke up this morning, he's like, yeah, I'm refreshed.
Yeah.
I
he's fine.
don't even think he's got that. I think they just plug him in the wall like a Tesla.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Ohtani, he's an animal. He's a machine. He's from the future. He's an alien. Whatever you want to call him, it's not fair.
He's
I mean,
playing video games on like easy mode right now. That's who he is. It's like literally we're all sitting there trying to play and he's like, nope, I've got this set to all the bars for power and speed and strength, all of this here. And I'm just going to flick the wrist and boom.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of MLB The Show on PSP. Like whenever like create a character Road to the Show, at the end of the season, like finish with like 123 home runs. And I'm like, yeah, this is on easy mode. This is what Ohtani is playing on right now. He is playing PSP Road to the Show while everyone else is on hard mode.
And you walk away from all those hours of Road to the Show, Dan, and you sit there and say, you know what? Life well spent. Right. Forget loved ones, forget my girlfriend, forget basic hygiene. I walked away. Unimportant when I've got 68 home runs and I broke the record for RBIs for
and 200 plus stolen bases,
Right. That's
and
right.
still don't get MVP.
Get off your ass and steal 200 bases. What's the matter with you? Right?
Get after it.
I love Road to the Show. Oh, perfect.
Just to put Ohtani's postseason in perspective, in 13 games throughout the 2025 postseason, in 13 games, he's batting .283 with 8 home runs, 14 RBIs, 12 runs scored, and a stolen base for an OPS of 1.236.
God.
He became the first player in MLB postseason history to have 3 multi-home run games in a single postseason. He tied a 119-year-old record by collecting 4 extra base hits with his 2 doubles and 2 home runs. And he became the first player in Major League postseason history to be intentionally walked 4 times in a single game. Then you can add his pitching. He's pitched 2 games. He's 2-0 with a 2.25 ERA in 12 innings pitched with 19 strikeouts and a .75 whip.
This has to be like one of the best postseason for a person in one season.
But it also pulls into sharper focus what Ohtani might mean to career postseasons. I mean, give this guy a few more years, and if the Dodgers get back to the postseason, which they are well positioned to do at this point in the game, it would be really interesting to see how his legend grows as it relates to some of the other great postseason players who have had great career postseasons. And I think, Dan, you did a little bit of research on this, did you not?
I did, and this was the sole reason why I wanted to do this because watching the game last night, watching Shohei do what he does best, had me thinking, I'm like, who had the best career in postseason history? Now, Shohei is not on that list yet because he has only been in two postseasons. Believe it or not, he's only been around for what, 8, 9 years?
8 years.
8 years.
8.
And in those 8 years, he's only made it twice, and that was with the Dodgers. Never made it with the Angels because, the Angels are the
Because
Angels.
Angels. Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So I wanted to take a look, take a deeper dive into who had the best postseason career-wise. My number 10 is Manny Ramirez.
This list is garbage.
Stop it.
Already. You can put steroid boy McGillicuddy on here.
You damn right.
Wasn't he on like pregnancy hormones or something at one point?
Hey, well,
Wasn't
that
he
testosterone really helped. So,
wasn't he lactating, like running around the bases? Like, what's going on with Manny being Manny?
the reason why I put him at number 10 is his key performance in 2004 as well as 2007. If you guys remember what happened in 2004 on Brian, I bet you sure
Nah,
do remember what
no.
happened in 2004.
I was in a coma. I don't remember
Well,
any of it.
he was the World Series MVP in 2004, which was the major highlight of his career. He hit 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth in game 2 of the 2007 ALDS for the Red Sox. In 2008, with the Dodgers, he hit 386 with 22 hits and 5 home runs.
Yeah,
And
people
he
rank out.
also leads the postseason with 29 home runs. So,
All right, and that's a
he
lot
is-
too,
yeah.
because the next person in line is like 9 behind that. But let's go.
Number 9 is Albert Pujols.
All right, you're doing better.
All right, is that a little
Pujols.
bit better?
Pujols. Pujols
Pujols.
Gali.
Definitely first ballot Hall of Famer. The thing that stood out was his performance in Game 3 in 2011, where he hit 3 home runs with 6 RBI against the Texas Rangers.
Nice.
In 2005 in the NLCS, he hit a go-ahead home run, 3-run homer against Brad Lidge in the 9th inning of Game 5.
I mean, it's not bad. And 8 years, 88 games. He showed up. He brought his bat to the postseason. So I would agree with him being here. Daniel, tell us about numero ocho, por favor.
Okay, so numero ocho, he is Mr. Clutch, and that is David Ortiz.
Basura.
I mean, he's just twisting the shiv in there, Bry. He's just like, I'm gonna take it to Big Bro.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
put a
stop.
bunch of people here that are all Boston guys. What's
Oh, Stop
Nice.
it. Stop.
Nice criteria.
Brian, you're going to get
Nice
yours
criteria.
later, and you know this.
Oh,
So
I know. Oh, I know.
Stop it.
Oh, we know it's
Stop
we
it.
know it's waiting for you at the end of this this playoff rainbow, sir. Keep going.
Yeah.
All right,
So
fine. Wait.
You want to talk about some of the highlights of Big Papi, Bri?
Okay.
You want to talk about clutch performance?
No.
How about we go back to 2004 ALCS, shall we?
No.
When
Yes,
the
we
Red
shall.
Sox were
We shall.
down
No. Money
3
down.
games to none. And this dude hits a walk-off home run in game 4 that basically ignites the Boston Red Sox.
It ignites the Red Sox,
Oh,
Bry.
Ignites them.
You know what makes me even more sick about hearing this is the fact that it's burned like a Jimmy Fallon movie, like a rom-com movie about this very event. Like that movie was so unnecessary. What was that, Fever Pitch or whatever?
Well, you
garbage?
know that movie? Do you know what was so funny about Fever Pitch? They were
Please.
supposed to
Besides the writing,
they were supposed to lose because the Red Sox are lovable losers. But then all of a sudden, the Red Sox won and kind of ruined Fever Pitch. They're like, wait a second, we need to change the format of this movie. So it's like, not lovable losers, that they are triumphant, which is hilarious to me. Thank you for bringing that up, Bri. Sorry that the movie wasn't
How
on
come
my
that-
top 10.
I would say, why wasn't that on your top 10 list? I can tell you why, because it doesn't belong even in the top 50. But go on, Daniel. Let's hear more.
So David Ortiz walks away with the 2004 ALCS MVP, as we all know. And also he followed that up with a 2013 World Series MVP.
All right, and 3 rings to go with it. All right. And
Absolutely.
he's gorgeous. All right. Who's number 7 on your list there, little brother?
Steve Garvey. If you take a look
Interesting.
at his numbers, if you look up Steve Garvey and his numbers of postseason, he made 5 postseasons. He batted 338, had 11 home runs, won the MVP for the NLCS 2 times. Won 1 year the World Series, and that was in 1981. Taking a look at like his batting average for every one, he came swinging. First year that he was in, batted 385. The next one, 351. He did have a down year in 78, but he did get the MVP with 4 home runs in that postseason, and he batted 286. Then he followed up that in 1981 with a 359 batting average. That's when they won the World Series. And then finished up with San Diego in 84 and batted 300 and won the NLCS MVP. This guy was clutch when it came to the postseason.
I like this one, Dan. This is not one of the players that immediately comes to mind when you think of postseason heroes, but I like that you're bringing in some historical context. It's a good job by you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's not bad, Danny. I like this too. The only thing that I would say down about this dude is he got his 1 ring at the expense of my beloved Bombers in 81. But I'll tell you what, still a solid choice. So
all the more reason to put him on the list, Dan, to twist the shiv in even harder.
Yeah, twist.
All right. Speaking of twists, let's move on to number 6.
So now we're going back quite a ways for this one. And number 6, I have Al Simmons. And if you guys don't know who Al Simmons is, he played in 1924 all the way to 1944. So he did play 21 seasons, and most of those seasons were with the Philadelphia Athletics.
Oh, a local guy.
Yes. So he was a 2-time World Series champ and was in 4 postseasons. Now remember, postseason back then, there's only 2 teams that made it to the playoffs. So when he made it to the playoffs, he stood out. In 3 of the 4 postseasons, he hit 2 home runs in each one of those postseasons. So in 1929, 2 home runs, batted 300. In 1930, another 2 home runs, batted 364. And then in 1931, so that's 3 years in a row that the Athletics made it to the World Series. Again, had 2 home runs and batted 333. This dude was a beast on the Athletics, absolute beast.
So what you're telling me is he made the most of his time in terms of games played, because I think out of this list,
out of everyone on this list, he had the fewest games played.
Fewest games
in the postseason.
Played,
yeah,
in the postseason, and he made it count. I say good on Al.
Number 5, Dan. Number 5.
Number five.
Number 5 is also another Philadelphia Athletic, but also used to be on the Yankees. His name is Frank Home Run Baker.
Oh yeah, Frank Baker. What a great guy. Absolutely. Yep. Active during 1908 through 1922. He'll tell you that the reason why vaudeville died was not because of communism, but it was because of the talking pictures.
In 1910, this was his first postseason. Dude batted 409 with an on-base percentage of 458 with a slugging of 636. Played in 5 games. They won the World Series that year. And then he followed it up the next year in 1911. Batting 375, and this is the year that he was dubbed the name Home Run Baker. He hit 2 home runs in that series, and they won the series in 6 games. And then after that, made it back to the World Series in 1913, had a home run in that series, and batted 450.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's impressive about that, Dan, too, is just, that's the dead ball era. So you got to be like a hulking beast to be able to go yard as many times as this guy's doing, right? With a ball that's just soaked in all kinds of mud and Band-Aids and God knows what else is out in the field, and spitballs are still in that era. And he still has to muscle up and, go yards. So that's really impressive from this guy.
Yeah. All right. So you guys ready? Brian, are you ready now?
I already know what's coming. I know what's coming. There's
all right.
There are only so many answers now for the top 4. I mean, the next 4 are going to be obvious in some order, so just have at it.
In the beginning of this top 10, of course, Brian was surly, didn't like what he was hearing, but he knew it was coming. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah, just
you're building the anticipation, Daniel. It's called foreplay. Keep going.
Get it over with. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Who's number 4, Daniel?
Number
Please tell
4 is Mr. October, Reggie Jackson.
Of course.
You can't have a top 10 list of career postseason without Mr. October.
Who, to be fair, did a lot of his damage with the Athletics and not the Yankees, Brian.
Listen, okay, yeah, he's got 5 rings, but nobody cares about Oakland. All right, it was all about New York. This man came to the Big Apple.
Oh my
The
God.
city that's so nice they named it twice so he could get paid by the boss. His fame, his fortune skyrocketed on this side of the East Coast.
It's sad to say, Brian's not wrong here. I mean,
No,
like,
he's not.
even though he did win a World Series MVP in 1973, his batting average with Oakland during his postseason career did not stand out until he got to the Yankees. There
Listen,
was one season with Oakland that he did bat 417, but it was only 3 games. They were in and out of postseason, so it didn't really stand out that much. He came to play for Oakland, but then they lost. But it wasn't until 1977 he was the World Series MVP, had 5 home runs, and batted 306. If you guys remember, in 1977, Jackson hit 3 consecutive home runs in Game 6 to clinch the championship for the Yankees against the Dodgers.
yeah,
This is basically what elevated him to get the World Series MVP.
absolutely. I mean, this is what Ohtani's doing in present day, right?
Right.
But you got to see it with Reggie back then. And I'll go a step further here. Let's say Reggie Jackson never came to the New York Yankees, right? He just stayed in Oakland. Does it get cast to be in the Naked Gun years later? Discuss. All right, Dan. We're in the top 3. So this is really exciting.
Number 3 is Mr. November, Derek Jeter.
Of course it is. Tell us all about the captain, Danny.
Oh my God. I mean, like, there's just so much to say about this guy. 16 years in the postseason. Like, that's unheard of. Every one of his postseasons, he came to play. 361 batting average, 333, 375, 317, batted 500 in one year. That was one of the years where the Yanks were bounced out early. But there's other seasons that followed up that he came to play every single postseason.
This is a man that also benefited from dynasty of a team, giving him multiple chances. And I'm sure if you dive into guys like Yogi Berra and Mantle and those, you might be able to pull out some other like fun nuggets. But ultimately, I mean, Jeter, I mean, the numbers are going to come with the opportunities, right? Because if you don't produce, you're not going to play. But 16 years, 158 games, over 700 plate appearances and 650 at-bats. He has 111 runs, 200 base hits, 32 of them doubles, 5 triples, 20 home runs, 61 RBIs in 158 games. That's damn impressive. All right, Dan, we're on to number 2.
And that is Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. He has won 6 rings out of 7 years. Let me say that again. 6 out of 7, he was triumphant. Take a look at his numbers. You take a look at each season that he played. 348 batting average in 1926, 1927, 308, 28, 545. That's also with 4 home runs. 1932, 529 with 3 home runs. 36, 37, and 38. They did a three-peat. Dude had a 292 batting average, 294, and 286. Now, let me talk about 1938. 1938, in the beginning of that season, that is when Lou Gehrig started getting the symptoms. Now, everyone's thinking, oh, he's 35. It's, it could be, he's getting older. It's old age. But he even said, like, in an interview, he's just like, you know what? It's just not there. My legs just don't feel right. I'm not getting the pop that I usually do. Dude still batted 286 in the World Series. And also for that year, he did have 29 home runs with a batting average of 395. That is down from the year prior when he was 34 years old, having a 351 batting average for the season and 37 home runs. But still, thinking about like this guy did with all the games that he was in and still played all 157 games. And then in the postseason, still played 4 games, did a 4-game sweep, still batted 286. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
It says a lot about just this man's like inner strength and his determination. So I have no problem with him being up as high as he is on this list. He's got 6 rings. It's just an all-inspiring story here. So Dan, good on you for this choice.
And now This is not a surprise as my number one. It's Babe Ruth.
Of course it is. Of course he is here.
How can you argue against Babe Ruth? That's my question. So in 1932, he had the famous called shot to center field. He called his shot and then hit a home run. So right there, I mean, like that just makes you legend status in 1932. He has had multiple three-run homer games in the postseason. Obviously, we have another bionic man that is coming up right now. Who knows what that person's going to do in Shohei Ohtani? But the thing is, I also included, and the reason why I included Babe Ruth as number one, I also took in consideration his pitching. Now, you know what's funny? When Babe Ruth was pitching, he wasn't hitting. It wasn't until he got to the Yankees when he switched over from pitching to just straight hitting. You take a look at his numbers as a pitcher, 3 wins in the 3 years that he was a pitcher. And he had 31 innings pitched and only given up 3 runs and 1 home run in those 3 games.
Wow.
Pitched to an ERA of 0.87 with a whip of 0.935.
Crazy good. What else can you say about the Bambino? This man was powered by beer and hot dogs. It'll be great to hear
cigars.
And cigars.
Don't forget about cigars. Yeah.
That's right. It'll be great to hear about like Ohtani's like diet at the end of his career. And I guarantee you it ain't going to be hot dogs. It ain't going to be beer. For this man to do this the way he did it, it's magical. I mean, we don't have baseball today without Babe Ruth. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, it was his 1928 season that really stood out to me too. Dude batted .625 with 3 home runs, 4 RBI. He came a swinging.
Going through Babe Ruth's statistics only helps to put Ohtani's in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at what Ohtani has done in his 2 postseason appearances, he has 114 at-bats with a .254 batting average, 11 home runs, 24 RBIs for an OPS of 985, which is stellar. By any standard, that's stellar. Ohtani's pitched 2 games. He's 2-0 with a 2.25 ERA and 19 strikeouts. A lower whip. He's got a .75 whip. But they're the only ones competing against each other historically. There is nobody else. Nobody. Yeah. And there won't be one for quite a while.
I'm saying by the end of Shohei Ohtani's career, he's going to be probably number one. He's going to take the reins from Babe Ruth. Because you take a look at it. I mean, Babe Ruth, he only pitched. He did not hit. It wasn't until he got to the Yankees where he started hitting. Shohei Ohtani is doing both at the same time.
Right.
Which is unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. And Freddie Freeman's right. He's not a generational talent. He's 10 times that.
Oh, I just figured out Ohtani. Oh, he's not from the future. He's not an alien. This is Halloween time. He's made a deal with El Diablo. This is what's happening here. He has basically written his soul off to the Dark Prince and said, yes, I want to be the greatest baseball player ever to have lived. And you will have my soul. And then once we win the World Series yet again, then the demons will rise from the ground and we'll all be screwed at that point. So Rapture, Dogs, Cats, Mass Hysteria, Living Together, Spear. What would you say?
I would say it's probably less the demons. I think there's like a little bit of a fiddle going on behind Ohtani. Like you just hear like a little bit of a fiddle player going on back there. Dev went down to Tokyo. He was looking for a soul to steal.
I'll tell you what. I mean, was it Charlie Daniels that had to
Charlie
ward
Daniels,
off that?
man, yeah.
Charlie Daniels had to go and ward off that devil. I don't know. I think Ohtani got beat in that fiddle off. He said, as part of this, I'll let you hang out in baseball land for a little bit, but your soul is mine.
How dare you, sir? I mean, of all the things Ohtani is good at, he's got to be good at playing the fiddle as well.
You think so? I would love to see a fiddle playing Ohtani. Why not? I mean, why not, sir? I mean, the man is absurd as it is. I mean, why not throw that into the mix?
Let's wrap this up because the alien's about to throw his first pitch.
Damn right.
So let's go check him out. And you can check out every single episode of the Three Tool Players podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, or wherever fine podcasts are sold. And you can make sure that you mash those like, subscribe, and follow buttons. Mash them like the kids do. And you can check us out on the TikToks at Three Tool Players and on X.com at Three Tool Pod. For Brian and Dan Hammer, I'm Chris Spear, and we thank you for listening to this episode of Three Tool Players.